I'll ask one question, then I'll open it up to the media. I really got to flip a coin here. I'll go with you, RJ. Just talk about this scenario. Tied going in. That sounds nerve-wracking, but I know a lot of you would say, this is the situation I want to be in, to bet on myself. So how do you square up with this?
Yeah, I mean, either way, it was going to come down to, Salt Lake this weekend. Now we don't have to do math. Like, whoever wins, takes it all. So, man, I'm just excited. I'm thankful to be in this position, to have the red play at the final round. Like, that's what you want. So we're here, and, we're ready to go.
All right, we'll open it up. Michael?
Michael Antonovich with Swap Moto Live. This will be for Levi and RJ. If I can go to Levi first. It's the same question, RJ. What'd you do this week? I mean, we think about what this scenario is like. You know what the math is. Do you ride a bunch of Supercross laps? Do you try to get it out of your mind? Do you do outdoors? How is it?
I just did what I've been doing the whole season, really. But I was in California this week, so, just rode Tuesday, Wednesday, like a normal week. And, same old, really.
Yeah, same here. It was 200 degrees in Florida this week, so it was a little bit less laps, but same thing, Supercross Tuesday, Wednesday.
Dan Beaver for Levi. You guys zipped up to 299 wins, now kind of stalled. Does that add a little more pressure to get the win this weekend? You've got two things going then. Obviously, that gives you the championship, but you get the 300 win for your team. Does that add the pressure, any pressure?
Honestly, I don't really care about the 300th win. I'd rather put a plate on Mitch's door, to be honest, would be it's cool that it would end up being the last one, but really it's just a race between me and RJ, so whether we win or not.
A quick one for Jordan Smith. It's kind of the same thing I said of Pierce Brown in the 250 East. You have your own individual goals. And by the way, there's podium and win bonus money and things like that. So how do you play that with the chaos of two championships on the line around you?
Yeah, I think just get off to a good start and leave the championship battles behind me, I guess. Wanted to get as many wins as we could this year and only got one. So it would be nice to get the second one tomorrow night.
Question for Joe Shimoda. Last week you get the win, breakthrough race of your season so far. We were obviously at elevation in Denver. We're still at elevation, maybe a little bit lower here in Salt Lake. Would you still be able to use the same settings and the things, especially for the start, that you used in Denver?
Yeah, I think so. For this weekend, I don't see any changes on my bike or myself either. So, like Jordan said, try to get a start. And, the goal is really to be not in the middle of RJ and Levi. So, I guess good start and just sneak attack for me.
Matt Williamson, MXP, question also for Joe Shimoda. So, Joe, last week was pretty cool after the end of the round, seeing all three Hondas up there. What does that feel like, just being up there with what I believe are good friends to you now, and they always have been? What was that like last week?
Last week? Wait. Sorry, can I ask the question again?
I'm sorry, I was just asking about at the end of Denver. So being up there after the podiums, all three Hondas went up on stage. All smiles from everybody, but I think yours was the biggest. How was that for you?
Oh yeah, it was cool to have me, Jed, and Hunter all in the podium. We couldn't do anything better. For me, it's nice to get a win for myself and with the new team. So it was a good one.
Steve Mathis, Darkside MX. Jordan, not to bring this down, but you and RJ, you're linked together, buddies, friends, right? All of that. And I think when you had the red plate, we were like, dude, this is awesome. One of these guys could win it. You're probably not going to win this. RJ's in contention. You got to win. Do you look at RJ, though, a little bit and be like, this could be one of my last chances, or this is my last chance, and look at that guy. He's up there and you're not. Or is it just successful season, we'll get him next year type deal?
Yeah, the goal was to try and win for me coming in, for sure. That was, the plan. And it's a bummer that I'm coming to the last race without a real shot at getting it done. So I'm happy for RJ. I'm happy for Levi, both of them, both good friends of mine. And, it's going to be kind of exciting to kind of maybe see where they're at while we're on the track. But, no, it's I don't feel like it's my last chance. I feel like I still got years in me, and we'll try again next year.
Andrea Ruggiero, Moto Now blog. Jordan, with the two 450 guys on your team being injured, have you put any thought, or your team put any thought into moving up for outdoors and racing the 450?
No, I don't think there's really been no talk to me at least about that.
Kellen Brower with MotoOnline.com. For Levi and RJ, since you guys are tied, if you end up next to each other on the racetrack, have you thought about in advance what that's going to be like, how you're going to race each other at that point?
I mean, I'd do a lot of things for a race win. You guys have seen that. Championships a bit more. Yeah, I mean, Levi and I are good friends, but it's also a championship, and I mean, I expect the same from him. So we're racers. We want to win. Championships are massive. I mean, it's taken me years to get to this point, so hopefully that doesn't come down to that. But yeah, it's, like I said, it's a championship.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I mean, I know it goes both ways. We wouldn't really lose respect for each other at all because, I mean, at the end of the day, we both want to win. So no matter what circumstance, yeah, I don't know. We'll just hopefully it's clean, but we'll see.
Jim Kimball for Motocross Action for Levi. Levi, you've steadily progressed since you turned pro. But this past season, or this season, it seems like you double stepped and really advanced. Obviously, you changed teams, but is there anything you attribute your success to this year?
I think it was going to turn out this way no matter what. I think just having a full season last year was really the difference. And last year, it's easy to say that I wasn't where I am now, obviously, but I actually had pretty good speed last year. I just never really started up front, and I'd say a combination of the bike and a couple other things, just the position I'm putting myself in, every race is really what's changed. I don't really think my riding has changed tremendously, honestly.
I got one for RJ. You mentioned after Nashville, you and Tom Vial had taken the red plates, and you mentioned how that's really big for the Austrian brands, which you've been vocal when the 250 wasn't where you needed it to be, and you've been complimentary when it is. So what does it mean to have, obviously, the bike where it needs to be for you to potentially both win titles?
Yeah, it's awesome, and it's a big group effort from everyone in Austria and also our team here in the States. Like, there's been so many guys that kind of came in and gone out. Man, we just got a really good group over there, like from top to bottom, from engine to suspension. I mean, you guys can tell we're on a different bike than what we have been on. Yeah, man, it's huge. If we both can get this championship wrapped up, I mean, that's massive for Austria and, like I said, our entire brand.
Question for Joe. Earlier in the season, it wasn't as good, obviously, as Denver was. Has there ever been consideration about going to Florida, riding with Jet and Hunter, spending more time there? Most of the riders up here and the 250 East as well are now in the Southeast training. Has that ever been consideration, or are you just content to stay in California?
Yeah, I thought about maybe just for one or 2 weeks, but not like full time there. But yeah, I don't know what my riding has been just the same, program being the same, just the starts that I needed to figure out. So not really like the where I ride will make like a big difference for me. So yeah.
All right, I think that's going to do it for our 250 West contenders. See you Saturday night. Thanks, guys.
Good luck, guys.